Hey guys, Lunar Spire 1127 here, bringing you Bleach Chapter 483, KriegsErklarung, which means Declaration of War. So the chapter begins with a color page of Ichigo and Yuki, even though Yuki's not even in this chapter, so whatever. Anyway, the chapter truly begins with those 7 mysterious figures commenting on how easy it was to break into Yamamoto's office and that there wasn't any security. So Yamamoto tells them, "There's no need to worry. I'm here. There is no better security than this." This was one of my favorite parts of the chapter. It's just seeing how badass looking Yamamoto is. I mean, just by how he was drawn, you know not to mess with this guy. But these guys, they just tell him that those will be your last arrogant words. Genryusai Yamamoto. So they think he was being arrogant. I don't think he was being arrogant. I mean, Yamamoto is like one of the strongest captains out there. He's the head captain. So okay, granted, he had trouble against Aizen, but he's still pretty strong. So anyway, we cut back to Karakura Town with Ichigo and Ivan fighting, and it turns out that weird-looking bow was able to shoot up energy blasts, Reiatsu blasts or something, but Ichigo was able to destroy them with his Zangetsu. He's questioning whether he saw the Quincy Cross, the same one as the one that Uryu has, but he questions his mask that Ivan is wearing. I mean, he assumes that Arankars only wear masks. That I was wondering about this as well, because I thought that he was an Arankar, but when we saw him last week releasing his bow from his Quincy cross, it turned out that he really was a Quincy, but it doesn't explain the mask. Maybe he's just wearing it as a decoration or something. Just fashion statement or something. So anyway, Ivan's bow. It turns out that those weird spikes are miniature cannons that are able to shoot out Reiatsu blasts at him. So Ivan is just egging Ichigo on, telling him, "Set the best you can do, just dodging. And he'll, at this rate, will need a Bankai to win against me." So Ivan's just taunting him, and he's trying to get Ichigo to use his Bankai, which he does. Okay, when an enemy wants you to use your Bankai, or use like some sort of, use your like a power upgrade or something, or a special transformation that they want you to do, they either want you to fight full strength, or it's obviously a trap. So Ichigo is just going right into his trap for some reason. That's not really smart, honestly. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ichigo could have taken him on with his Shikai. I mean, he didn't really need to go Bankai at that moment. I mean, unless he was like really desperate, then he should have used Bankai, but not now. Well, anyway, he's about to use Bankai, and you get this huge panel of Ivan's face. I'm looking at it right now, and this is actually my second favorite panel, because just seeing Ivan look all maniacal and mad. So, obviously, Ichigo using his Bankai was what Ivan wanted, and he pulls out some weird disc thing, and he's like, "This is it for you, Ichigo Kurosaki. Your Bankai ends here." And, right after he used Bankai, the weird disc thingy turns into this giant cross, giant X, with a circle in the center, and 4 dots at each end. I'm not really sure. Maybe some sort of weird-looking Quincy seal or something. But anyway, the weird dots shoot out. I'm not really sure what's going on, but they shoot out these beams of light, or Reiatsu, I guess to block Ichigo or something. And then Ivan starts chanting this incantation. And from what I can tell, it looks like that this weird X thingy is destroying his Bankai. So this weird spell is to get rid of his Bankai. I guess that's what he meant by your Bankai ends here. He's trying to destroy it. But it doesn't work because Ichigo manages to swing Tensa Zangetsu against the beams of light and destroy his little spell. So he just uses Getsuga Tensho at Ivan, and Ivan's like, it's impossible! He's like shocked. He thought that he could win, but no. It's Ichigo. What do you freaking expect? And he has all of his powers. But then we cut back to Yamamoto's office, and this weird looking this lance or a giant arrow, I'm not really sure, just like comes out through the room and stabs one of the Shinigami, and it turns out to be Sasakibe. Holy crap, they killed the Shinigami! They actually killed a good guy! That's not in a flashback or is evil. And, I probably should tell you, for those of you who don't know, Sasakibe was, lieutenant of Squad 1. But he barely appears in the series. I mean, he appeared like a few times he had brief moments in Soul Society arc, like when Ichigo saved Rukia, but he got his ass kicked by Ichigo, and then he appeared when the Shinigami were about to face the Espada from the fake Karakura town, but he disappeared, and then he came back because, well, they needed an excuse for the Visors to enter fake Karakura town. So, it's too bad because he's supposed to be the lieutenant of Squad 1, the strongest squad. I'm pretty sure if he's supposed to be the lieutenant to the most powerful Shinigami captain, then he has to be capable of something, but he gets stabbed with a giant arrow, and I'm not really sure if Kubo actually killed him, but if he did kill him, this is the first ever Shinigami from the good side to die. And not counting like Rukia's sister or Kai and Shiba because they were in a flashback. But it's too bad. He barely got any screen time and barely had any fighting. So the chapter ends with the mysterious figures telling Yamamoto that in 5 days Soul Society will be annihilated by the Vandenreich. And that's where the chapter ends. So this chapter, I'll admit it was a pretty good chapter. My problem is that some of the panels from this chapter were pretty hard to tell what was going on because of the drawing and the huge panels, but I still liked the Ichigo's fight and apparently seeing what Ivan can do and learning who the Vandenreich are. They could be the new enemy, but I think they're like the group of Quincy's. And when I looked up what Vandenreich meant, it meant Vanden Kingdom or something like that. Vanden means Vanden. I don't even know what Vanden means. So for this chapter, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. This was we're still learning about who this mysterious enemy is, and the fight wasn't that bad. I still would have liked it better if it was drawn more clearly to understand what was going on. And as for Yamamoto, I guess those mysterious figures will leave Yamamoto alone so that he could like prepare all the Shinigami squad, all the 13 Court Guard squads to prepare for the war. I still don't get what's the deal with Ivan though. I mean, he could be the enemy or he's not. I mean, is there some sort of reason why? Maybe he's fighting against Ichigo so they could take down the strongest Shinigami, so he wouldn't help Soul Society fight against the Vandenreich. That's what I probably think. As for Sasakibe, if he dies, it's too bad because he's supposed to be a lieutenant and he barely has any time to shine. He barely appeared in the series, and he didn't even have at least like one suitable fight. At least not that I recall. So that's Bleach chapter 483, Lunar Spy 1127, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.